5 seconds. Start. The capital market did not pick up, but even prior to the budget presentation, it picked up because they had an enthusiasm that a new regime has come and it would respond to the challenges, complications, and issues. But no sooner than the budget was presented and the tax proposals announced, the capital market went down. It was not because of that. I know what you are referring to. Of course, I saw it in many papers which stated that 150 projects had been cleared. I am telling you about that. You may just make an assessment. I myself have cleared more than 150 projects both in the Environment Ministry and also in the Petroleum Ministry. Even if you have put in place those clearances, perhaps you would have got that credit, but you have not done it by mere aspirations or mere perceptions. For some time, the capital market may pick up, but it cannot sustain. There is no stable taxation regime. This is what is being suspected by them. There is no big bang measures which have been taken. According to the economic survey, India is going through a phase of low growth and high inflation known as stagflation. What is the technical definition of this? Stagflation also includes unemployment. Let us put that aside for a minute and focus on the cause of inflation. Have you addressed even one single solitary issue to take care of inflation? It is going up. It is not coming down because it has not been attacked in the manner in which it should have been done by some of these taxation measures and also by efficient tax measures. The significant contributor to inflation is food prices. This is largely supply driven as hoarding, inefficient cold storage, and supply chain inefficiencies ensure that even if there is a good harvest, the retail prices remain high. We have not found even a word. Ultimately, now the monsoon has failed, maybe to the extent of 70 to 75%, but now maybe to the extent of 10 to 15% it would have picked up. But we find that there is no hope which has been held out by you to ensure that inflation could be contained. In fact, the root causes need to be weeded out and the basics will have to be attacked, which are supply side inefficiencies, and of course, the seasonal variations would continue to be there. Overall, tax GDP ratio in the country is still in the range of 17%. This needs to be urgently raised to a threshold level. One of the key reasons for low economic growth is industrial stagnation, industrial sector, particularly manufacturing sector. One needs to look into these hurdles, whether they are in the mining sector or coal sector. Even before that, you could have at least defined the role of the regulator, as this is where the entire thing was held up. This was the urgent need to have addressed first. You have the advantage. We had problems and scams occurred because of the regulators coming in the form of CBI, CAG, or some such bodies. You had the advantage and you should have ensured it. If you have not done it in the starting, there is no guarantee that you are going to redefine the role of each of the regulators. Unless the role of the regulators is properly defined, there is no relief at all. The Economic Survey made a case for reforms. It has talked about fiscal prudence and lower subsidy. I do not say that subsidies are unproductive. Subsidies in this country are productive. They could be built into the development agenda. I thought that you will do that. I do not want to elaborate on that, but I may tell the petroleum minister in particular that for every billion invested by an explorer, 600 to 700 million dollars go to the government, be it in the form of royalty, taxation, or whatever that could be used in more and more expansions you do in the exploration. By clearing all hurdles, I think more and more income can come. Maybe that component could be apportioned to meet the problem of subsidy. These are all some of the examples which I am just giving you. But I know very well that whatever be the development, industrial or otherwise, the main hurdle sometimes is the bureaucracy. I must say that many a time the mindset of the finance ministry will have to be changed. Otherwise, these problems will continue to be there. I have no hopes. I was surprised to see the manner in which the Honorable Prime Minister has chosen to call the secretaries directly and tell them that they are indirectly responsible to do that. I do not say that the ministers have lost the initiative. Persons like the finance minister will take his own initiative. At the same time, it is to be seen as to how the officers take the initiative in the light of the regulators haunting every officer. He is afraid because every action of an officer or of a minister is seen with suspicion by the regulator. Clearance of this kind of an atmosphere or environment for investment and administration are basic according to me. I think in the absence of this, there will always be a difficulty in taking your agenda forward. A clarification on the GST is necessary, and I hope that in his reply, the Honorable Finance Minister will come out with a roadmap for implementation of GST and DTC. This needs to be addressed immediately. I thought with the fresh mandate that you have, you will be able to do it. I do agree that there are verbal assurances to drastically reform the major subsidies and launch the major reforms. But there is no reform in the tax administration except the routine one which you have mentioned here and there. There is no reform in many of the investment profiles. Stop.